Hey everyone, it's 2A Enthusiast here. I'm here to show you a new gadget I received for Christmas. I've been wanting this for a while. It is the Worksharp Knife and Tool Sharpener. I had originally seen this reviewed on Prepared Mind 101 station. And the minute I saw it, I liked it. It seemed like the sharpening was easy, very effective. Seemed like basically the perfect thing to get my knife sharp. As you can see here, it has some belts here. It comes with 6 belts actually. It comes with these 2 red belts that has kind of a heavier grit, and comes kind of like with a green that's even heavier still, and then a purple one that's kind of for honing. The way you would use it basically is plug it in. It has a power switch here, so basically hold the power switch in, and it powers on. Now this here is a guide that I had clipped on. As you can see here, it clips on right over and then on that way, and it also comes with this one right here. This guide is basically, from what I'm understanding, is for kitchen knives, and as you can see here, it has different degrees, different angles. We have the 40, we have a couple of 20s in there. So the way the manual told me to do it is to use this one for the outdoor knives. So this is what I've used, and to be honest with you, this is basically what I'm going to be using most of the time. So I tried it out yesterday for the first time. It came with this belt already on, and I bought this knife that looked kind of cool, but it was very dull from when I got it. I don't think it would have cut jello. Yeah, it was that bad. So it's right here. It was a United Cutlery, kind of like a trench knife. Like I said, it looked cool, but it was absolutely useless. I tried doing it on a stone, sharpening on a stone. Didn't really get good results. It was a little bit better, but not very good. Now, part of that was probably me. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I decided to try this knife first. Plus, if I messed up, I'd rather mess up on something that's essentially useless to me. And so I put it in here, and basically what you would do is you turn it on, and you just rest it on the guides, and then you just drag it through. And you don't actually push down on the knife, you just use its weight. And then you just kind of drag it along, and then what will happen is when you put the left side of the blade against here like so, the right side of the blade is being cut by the belt. And they said to use 10 passes, with each pass being about a second. And then as you get toward the end, you kind of let go of the power button, so it goes off as it's going around the tip. So basically I did 10 passes here by keeping this side against the guide. And then I did another 10 passes on this side while keeping this side against the guide. And that basically kind of, they call it rope cutting sharp. So it was sharp, but not super duper sharp, like for fine cutting. So I did that 10 times. And then what I did was I put this purple belt on. This is basically for honing, to make it even sharper. So when I put this honing belt on, which is pretty easy because you just kind of push down on this, it takes the stress off the belt and you can pull it off. And then when you want to put it back on, I just put it over here, and then I just push down here. It's spring loaded, and works great. And then again, same thing with the honing. I would just put it in like this. I'd rest it on here, and then just pull it through. And let me tell you something. The knife is 100 times better. It's really an incredible sharpener. I think they go for around $60 on Amazon. Like I said, no matter where you get them, it's well worth the money, especially if you're like me and you have a lot of knives. And like I said, besides knives, you can also use it on tools. I actually have a tomahawk and a couple of axes. I think I'm going to try it on and see how that goes. That would be without the guides. I have to do a little more reading into that so I don't mess either the sharpener up or my axes or tools. But I just wanted to run this by you and tell you that if you're looking into getting a knife sharpener, because I assume that most of the people who watch my videos in the stations have at least a couple of knives, and I bet a whole lot of you have lots of knives, machetes, things of that nature. This is a great thing to buy. It really is. Like I said, if you have a friend who has one, definitely try it out. If not, check out Prepared Mind 101. If I can think of if I can remember to put the video in the link, I'll put a link to his video. He really does an incredible review of it. Basically, I'm hoping that if you do need to sharpen your knives, you kind of use this as your intro, then you go watch his video to get more detail, because like I said, I have a lot of knives, I use a lot of knives, but he's kind of like the knife expert on YouTube, in my opinion. So definitely check out his video also. Okay, so again, this is the Worksharp Knife and Tool Sharpener. I give it my highest recommendations. So I'm going to let you go now because I'm going to go sharpen some of my other knives. Have a good one.